Did you know you're already ahead of 90% of people out there if you can just communicate competently? It's statistically proven that people who are superior communicators land better jobs, make more money, and are able to attract higher quality partners. In this day and age, when everybody is isolated most of the day or glued to their phones, great communicators are in short supply. At the same time, the demand for great communicators is at an all-time high. Now, since there's such a short supply of good communicators, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be one step above average. Keep watching, because I'm gonna show you how the monk, the lizard bus driver, and the open window are gonna make you a star communicator. Now, before I explain this diagram, let me tell you, when I was a kid, I was so insecure that if you came to talk to me, I literally would collapse into myself. I was the quietest kid on the playground, and I was literally just scared of everyone. Now, being trapped in this shell was very painful for me, so as a young man, I went on a mission to break out of my shell. Fast forward, I overcame my social anxiety and even became a successful YouTuber with over 14 million views. I even overcame my shyness with women to the point where I wrote the book on seduction. So I'm confident if I was able to make that kind of transformation, so can you. Step one of being a good communicator is presence, which is represented by a meditating monk. The foundation of all communication is connection. To be a good communicator, you have to be present in the moment. If you're not here in the moment, then we're not gonna feel you. So when you communicate, first center yourself, come into the here and now, and speak from that place. Not speaking from a place of presence is a very common mistake. I tell guys, how you expect me to feel you when you don't even feel you? So we've done step one, presence, and let's say the water is flowing. This brings us to step two, which is a lizard driving a bus. Step one is get present. Step two is get respect. What does respect have to do with a lizard? You may have heard of the triune brain theory. This theory states that our brain is actually three brains that grew on top of each other. Now, the oldest brain is the smallest, and it is called the reptilian brain. The reptilian brain is concerned with power and status. When I first meet you, the first thing my reptilian brain is thinking, is my association with you going to elevate my status or detract from my status? When people are communicating, they mistakenly think priority number one is to get you to like me. That is not my first priority. My first priority is to get you to respect me. In other words, my first priority is to let your lizard brain know that association with me is going to elevate your status. In other words, improve the quality of your life. So why the lizard driving the bus? Well, it turns out the lizard brain makes a decision before we're consciously aware of it. When it comes to deciding whether to listen or tune out, it is the lizard that's in charge. The lizard is driving the bus. So step number two of being a good communicator is get respect. Let's talk about a few ways to do that. Number one, present yourself perfectly from head to toe. This tells me you respect yourself, so then I'll respect you. Number two, display powerful body language. And number three, slow down. When you slow down your breath and your speech, you just naturally come across more powerful and more confident. It's a simple shift that can make a world of a difference. Okay, so now we've gotten respect from the lizard brain. We're proceeding to the final checkpoint, and yes, I'm speaking fast, but that's because I don't want the video to be too long. And the third way to be a great communicator is to be a strategically open window. As we said, connection is the foundation of communication. You need to connect heart to heart with your audience. We do this with strategic vulnerability. I did this at the beginning of the video by sharing my vulnerable story with you. Some people think it's weak to share something vulnerable, but it's actually a leadership power move. I'll explain why. When I'm in a conversation with you and I open up first, I'm effectively leading, saying, hey, we're gonna be open with each other. And I'm gonna have the courage to go first. That shows confidence, that shows power, that shows leadership. And when I tell you something vulnerable about myself, I disarm you, you open up, and your heart wakes up and says, oh, he's human too. He's just like me. And then a connection happens. Like I said, I literally wrote the book on seduction, and one of the biggest mistakes men make when trying to connect is they're not vulnerable enough. When you strategically disarm someone, you accelerate the relationship. I've been in parties where a guy's talking to a girl for 3 hours, and then I can swoop in for 25 minutes, be vulnerable with her, leave her, and in the end she ends up choosing me over him just because I was vulnerable. So now you've been strategically open and vulnerable, and now you are a star communicator. Congratulations. Be present, get respect, be strategically open, and you will be a very good communicator.